really like to welcome everybody here today at the opening of a facility here for the Lake Illawarra Volunteer Coast Guard. But I have a special welcome to Lily McMahon, our member for Shell Harbour, John O'Dwyer, a former Mayor of Shell Harbour, Brian Pember, our Shell Harbour Citizen of the Year, Doug Prosser, Chairman of the Lake Illawarra Authority and his wife, Jenny Gell, the daughter of Jim Gell, the person that originally responsible for building the facility in the first place, Ray Campbell, National Commodore for the Volunteer Coast Guard, and Jeff Hodge, the commander of the local facility. It's not often we get the opportunity for a win-win situation, but I believe our boating community and the Volunteer Coast Guard have achieved this goal with the opening of the Operations Centre here today. As we know, Lake Illawarra is a wonderful asset, particularly for sporting and recreational activities. The work that's been carried out by the Lake Illawarra Authority, which is funded by Māori's state government and Wollongong and Shell Harbour Council, has greatly improved the water quality on Lake Illawarra, is attracting more and more locals to our wonderful waterway. It's unfortunate that due to the relatively shallow depth of the lake, a sudden windstorm can create almost hazardous or most hazardous boating conditions. Fatalities have occurred, and unfortunately some of these not too far from this location. It's for this reason that Shell Harbour Council allocated funds to provide a facility for the Volunteer Coast Guard to carry out its role in providing assistance and advice to boat owners who use this lake.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and special acknowledgement of the distinguished guests who are here present this morning, as outlined by Arthur, the good Mr. Lily McMahon, the member for Shell Harbour. Welcome to the official opening of the Volunteer Coast Guard's new operational base here at Skiway Park Base. It's my pleasure this morning to give a civic welcome to you all. Obviously, with the council and administration, it falls on me to do this. I extend apologies on behalf of the administrator of Shell Harbour City, Mr. David Jessley. I suppose as we with these little incremental improvements in the service that we give, it's a time to ponder the advancement of Shell Harbour. As many of you will know, we're just a couple of months away from celebrating our 150 years as a local government authority. I've been with the council nearly 36 years, and so I guess I can speak with like the long-term residents, some of whom I see in front of me here now, in terms of how the local government area has advanced over those last 30 years or so. Some people would say they haven't advanced too well, but I think in terms of facilities and the quality of the services and everything, I think we should be proud of how the city has developed, bearing in mind the huge increases in population that have occurred about this time. And with the increased population comes the increased risk, the increased concerns about drowning and safety, and that overall with more people, more leisure time, and in some cases, you just say more acts of stupidity that occur, and obviously with the inclement weather conditions that we see, the weather patterns that we see, there's a more and more a need for dedicated volunteers doing such a wonderful job to protect the welfare of our community, and this is really what we're about here this morning. Given the amazing work carried out by members of the Volunteer Coast Guards, it is extremely fitting that we're standing here today. It's very pleasing to be opening a brand new all-weather base, more reflective of the Coast Guard's immense standing within the community. Previously operating out of a caravan on the lake foreshore, I'm sure all the members here today are looking forward to being handed the keys of this fantastic facility here beside me. Many people here today may not realise that the original building on this site, the old water ski clubhouse, was built over 40 years ago by local identity Jim Gell as a donation to the Oak Flats Ski Club, and it's really pleasing that his daughter Jenny is with us here today. Mr Gell's company Warrigal Homes built many of the homes around this area. It's wonderful to see members of his family here today as we hand over the building he originally designed and built to the Volunteer Coast Guard. After the demise of the Oak Flats Ski Club, Council continued to maintain the building. However, the facility was mostly going to waste, only being used sparingly for various community functions. After an extended period of little use, the building quickly became dilapidated, making it extremely opportunistic for the members of the Volunteer Coast Guard who were looking for a base to establish their operations. Following a period of negotiation and community consultation, which is what you've got to do with councils these days to get anything done, Council agreed to fund major renovations to the building to help tailor the facility to the Coast Guard's needs. On top of this, the Coast Guard provided their own assistance through sponsors and in-kind work. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of Council to acknowledge the fantastic work carried out not only by Council staff on this project, in particular to Ted Foy, who supervised the building works, and Ted's here today. I have very little doubt that this new operations base will be of great benefit to both the Volunteer Coast Guard and all of those who use the lake on a regular basis. Since the recent opening of the lake, we've seen a rapid influx of recreational users taking advantage of the improved conditions in and around Lake Illawarra, making a facility like this even more important than ever. And I acknowledge Doug Prosser here today, I acknowledge the role that he's played over many years in bringing the lake to the condition it is today. In summing up, I would like to offer Council's congratulations to the members of the Lake Illawarra Volunteer Coast Guard on the work they do in keeping this major waterway safe. I extend a warm welcome to you all, especially the visitors to our city. I hope you, the Coast Guard, enjoy many safe and successful years operating from this new base here at Skiway Park. Thank you very much.
Ray Campbell to address you this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. It's very pleasing for me to be able to be here today to see the building being handed over, but also to recognise the Council, particularly for its assistance in providing the facility in the first place. Certainly to the flotilla members for the hard work that's been done by them in being able to negotiate with Council and achieving this magnificent facility. This really is my very first time to Lake Illawarra as such, where I can actually put feet on the ground, have a look at the water, and when I look around I think this is an absolutely magnificent position. Should I be in real estate, I think that would be worth a fortune. But as we work for the community, it is a community asset, and as such I would welcome everybody to assist the flotilla, to work with the flotilla in providing the services that they do for you. Coast Guard is a community organisation, and it is to look after people on the water. We are blessed by having our other partners in marine safety here with us today, collectively and through emergency management. We all provide for you, the community, for the boating. We also provide for ourselves in that we feel very proud in being able to take possession of a building. The placement of the building is fantastic. To be able to store all of the equipment, including the rescue vessel, within this facility makes response time to any emergency situation far less than what it would normally be. And it is for those reasons that a building on the foreshore is of importance to any marine rescue organisation. It is having ready access, and also for the members particularly to be able to say this is home. And I congratulate all of you, and once again the Council, for the contribution and the support that's been expressed to the Coast Guard and for the future. We are in these times in a time of change, not just economically, but in the relationships within the marine aspect and emergency management within the state of New South Wales. We are yet to see how that pans out, but as we already work and cooperate together with each other, I would expect that to a degree we're already halfway there. To see this facility come on in support of all of New South Wales, not just this region, is certainly very good as well. But to all of you, I thank you for the opportunity of being able to share today with you. I look forward to many years of association. I look forward to a strong and vibrant marine rescue organisation in New South Wales. And I must say, I would also like to see the continuing support of the Council to marine rescue here with Coast Guard. Thank you all.
Thanks very much, Ray. Jeff Hodge is the commander of the Lake Illawarra, I guess, Skiway Park Coast Guard. And Jeff and his crew have worked tirelessly over the last couple of months fitting out this building. We're all little Bob the Builders now, as well as rescue people. Hopefully Jeff will talk to us this morning about what services they're going to provide and what resources they have. So thank you, Jeff.
Australian Volunteer Coast Guard Lake Illawarra has been established in this lake for over 33 years. And as commander of this flotilla establishment that Shell Harbour has provided us, I'm glad to, proud to say that we would accept this as our home. As the Coast Guard, we're here to provide safety by all means to any boaties that go out on the lake, in search and rescue, in training, and things like that. Being established here for 33 years, there was a previous building on the western side of the lake over there, but that, I don't know how long ago it was there for, or how long it stayed up for, but it's now gone. I'm pleased to say that on behalf of the Lake Illawarra, accept this building. So I'm a bit nervous. And I'd also like to thank Shell Harbour City Council, Bluescope Steel, Deluxe Paints, of supplying all the paintwork in and out of the building.
Lily McMahon is our state member for Shell Harbour, and Lily is very supportive of our works around here on the Lake Authority as well. It supports the Lake Authority, ensuring that there's plenty of money coming from the state government into our lake and our local area. And I'm sure she'd like to say a few words this morning as she opens this session.
Thank you. I do hate standing behind podiums because I always think they hide me from being a very tall person. Thanks for the opportunity to be here today. It's wonderful to see Shell Harbour Council supporting the Australian Volunteer Coast Guard in the Lake Illawarra area with this building. It's a great facility, certainly an improvement on the caravan over at Windang, but I've had a look through and it looks great. And the work that volunteers have done here is just second to none. I want to commend the local squadron of 4 their volunteers. There's 8 active volunteers, and in today's environment, it's very difficult to attract new volunteers and to keep people active and engaged. Any death on the waterways is an absolute tragedy, but as a result of the work that this volunteer group has done, there's been 16 rescues this financial year, and they've done a great job because there's been no tragedies as a result of any of those rescues that they've been called out to. So it's really commendable, the work that they've done. And we all know some of the tragedies that have occurred in the past and the deep scars that they've left for those families and for the community as a whole. So I really want to thank you for the work that you're doing for our community. Thank you, Ray, for coming all the way here. This is a wonderful location, as you can see. It's truly a beautiful area. And on one hand, we want to keep it a secret, and on the other hand, we want everybody to come and create jobs and visit the area. So it's a bit of a conundrum. But enjoy the rest of the day, and I look forward to supporting the Coast Guard in the future and having more to do with you. And congratulations to Shellharbour City Council. I was just commenting earlier, my electorate covers both Shellharbour and Wollongong, and it's all relative, and I find Shellharbour Council just such a breeze and such a joy to work with. So I congratulate them for their support for the community.
Well, with every official opening there comes a ribbon cutting, and we're at that stage of the proceedings today. So if I can just ask perhaps Holly and Jeff and Brian, Dave, would you like to participate in the ribbon cutting?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.